Process Advisor is an existing solution in Power Automate which allows you to record and analyze various workers or instances of the same process to better understand the bottlenecks, time blocks, and the easiest areas for automation. In this video, we'll be looking at how to prepare and analyze an existing recording. The first thing you want to do is head to Power Automate and access the Process Advisor in your menu. We're going to take this first process, Contoso invoice processing, and look at a recording here. You can see that all of the recordings have been analyzed except one. Not analyzed is the status a recording receives when it has just been recorded and nothing else has been done to it. Let's go ahead and dive in. Here we can see all of the actions which have been recorded. You can see it from opening up the application all the way to submitting the invoice down here. But there's still a lot to be done before we do the actual analysis. First of all, we need to group these into different activities. So the way that Process Advisor works is it takes the different activities and sees how people conduct them and how much time each activity takes. But of course, not every single action is an individual activity. Opening the application takes maybe 3 steps, and then there are other steps along the way that can be grouped into larger activities. Grouping actions into activities helps Process Advisor to compare different recordings and the different actions of various users. We're going to start off by adding an activity up here. You can see now that every action in our recording is listed inside this one activity. Now that we've added an activity, we can't have any actions outside of an activity, although we can add additional activities to group our actions further. You can see that I can drag and drop the head of the activity bar to ensure the actions match the activity. In order to name the activity, I can just go over here and type to add a new name, or use the drop-down to use an existing activity name. If this is the first recording which has been added into this process and is being analyzed, you may not have any activity names here, and that's okay. Feel free to add your own. But if this is a latter recording and other recordings have already been grouped into activities, try to use the names that are already here. This is important so that you can compare different recordings to each other, no matter who submitted the recordings or who analyzed the actions. There are lots of different ways to do this, but I'm just going to start from the very beginning. The first thing we do is open the legacy application. Here's opening Contoso invoicing app. You can click on the individual actions, and sometimes it'll give you a screenshot, and it always gives you more information. So this, all that was done was typing Contoso here. And if we go down, we can see different screenshots. So this is opening the application, and this is clicking a new button. Now, when I recorded all of these actions, I made a couple of errors that shouldn't be in the recording, and that's okay. It's very common to make mistakes, and we don't have to worry about ruining the entire recording. Actually, we can come up here and just click Delete Action, and now you can see that the action is gone. Once you have grouped all of the actions into activities, go back through each action to look for personally identifiable information or other sensitive data. You can manipulate the labels for each action or delete screenshots as necessary. For example, when I'm filling out the invoice form, I might not want anyone to see this wingtip toys. I could take it out here and even delete the screenshot. This ensures that all of your data is secure. It's also important to note that not everyone who submits recordings can see the recordings submitted by others. Only the process owners can see these. Upon eliminating any sensitive data, save your recording and switch this toggle to Ready to Analyze. Once I close the recording, I can see that the status of this recording has changed. Now all I have to do is go back to the process, click Analyze, and confirm. Once the analysis is complete, I can see the analytics here. And that is how we prepare a recording for analysis and eliminate any sensitive data. Just to recap, once we visit our recordings, we need to ensure that we group all actions into activities. If this is your first time grouping any actions, you can create new names, but try to use similar names across recordings. All of these steps help to ensure that your data is secure and that Process Advisor will be as useful as possible in your journey to better understand and enhance your processes.